Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play, well, it's not a build and play guide, actually. We did the build and play guide on BA Tirpitz when it came out. However, right now it is in the shop, so as always, I try to showcase the ship, and it is in the shop with the Nonomi Commander, which I'm going to be very clear about right off the bat. I think is a very good secondary commander. Now, my opinion for my play style, Bismarck is the better one. For me, personally. Alright, that's just my opinion, right? I want to be very clear on it. It's a difference in opinion than saying fact. Alright? People think they're always right in this game, and there can't be more than one opinion. I'm not kidding you guys. I have the world record in a ship. In a ship, I recommended a commander as an opinion, and people said I was wrong. It's an opinion, and it was an educated one, to be fair, right? I mean, when you are one of the better players in that ship, I think calling somebody wrong in that while they're one of the better players in that ship, crazy. But it happens. It's just funny. Sometimes I laugh at how opinionated people get. Like, oh, this ship's crap, or this ship is really bad, or, you know, I said that with Repulse, so I can't say anything. But I think pretty much everybody agrees on that ship for the most part. It's lackluster, right? That being said, I'm not hyper opinionated on stuff, right? Like, even when I like Bismarck as a commander slightly better, I understand that Nonomi is an amazing commander and probably the better option. You're gonna see how bad these main guns are on Bismarck right here, and that's one thing I was gonna talk about. Is while I do like Nonomi and Bismarck, I've been switching more and more ships over to Hyde on the hybrid build to get some use out of the main guns, because people are playing more at distance now, and you're going to see my main guns struggle in this match, right? They're really, really going to struggle. Also, with Nonomi, if anybody's wondering why I like Bismarck as a commander slightly better, I like the tankiness of the Bismarck commander and the accuracy of the secondaries. Now, I am not saying one is better than another. My opinion is, for my playstyle, Bismarck is better. Also, when you take Nonomi, it's really beneficial to take secondary interest, but that leaves you without fight fire with fire. Again, not, you know, when you start to take off the fire damage that you get with fight fire, and then all of a sudden that 8% damage reduction that Bismarck gives you, you can start to see why it's a lot less tanky. That being said, I didn't realize in this match there was a division of cruisers working together using each other's smokes. Very disgusting like. It's smart. I get it, guys. I'm not mad. I'm just saying that is a cheesy thing to do. It's like riding a border, right? Or using a split while you're in a division. It's just not fair to people. I actually was expecting to get some sort of spotting on these guys at some point, right? So we had that BA hovercraft dead for a while, and I am really expecting New Jersey to come up and just wreck these cruisers. It's an Iowa class battleship. I should know better than that. You get some crazy players on that. That being said, we're going to back up because obviously we're not getting the help we need, but we have been tanking pretty well. Right? But we have lost a lot of health tanking. And we got to be careful here, right? Although Flounder did get hit pretty good. But them cruisers obviously having fun over there. I was expecting them to pop out of smoke. To be fair, if they had really came out of the smoke at all, I don't think I would have been able to do much to them. Because as you're going to see, we're going to take some shots at Plymouth. And this Plymouth is just going to laugh. Alright. We are not going to get much out of our main guns here. And we're going to go back in to try to get this cap, because in a close match like this, it may come down to running away and winning on points. I know that's not the way most people would like to win, but that's part of the game that honestly is effective, right? Just like somebody sitting in a smoke or using like double smoke minos, using each other's smoke, right? That's pretty crazy, but it's effective. Now, we're going to go ahead, try to get this cap. In the meantime, we're going to let our secondaries go off because there is a battleship moving up on the right-hand side. And we're going to take shots at Plymouth. And one thing I will say is, like I think I was talking about earlier, I've been almost switching more of my ships to hide on the hybrid commander build with the secondaries, but with use of the main guns, because man, some of these German ships in particular, they are rough on the main guns unless you are using hide. That being said, that's a tough thing to do because I do build and play guides. Not a lot of people have hide. Well, I would say a fair amount of people do, but not everybody has hide. That's why if you guys haven't noticed, by the way, is we finally get one shell to hit with a Citadel on a Plymouth. It's so easy to Citadel them. That's why, too, if you guys are wondering, in my tech tree guides, I use free-to-play commanders. In my premium ships, I use premium commanders, generally. Reason being is, if somebody's got a premium ship, they generally have premium commanders as well, for the most part. Unless it's like a global XP ship. That being said, you can see, I do love BA Tirpitz, and you probably saw from my stats went down in this. That's because my playstyle with Nonomi is not, I'm not as effective as I am with the Bismarck Commander, where I can tank and take a lot of heat off. Like with the Bismarck Commander, I feel like you can really take the pressure off of teammates, is we are going to get a really good looking salvo out of that front guns and hit 4 shells. And as you can see here, we're going to take a shot with our back guns and get that's a prettiest salvo I've ever seen out of a secondary German battleship, right? That you don't get much prettier than that. That was a very lucky salvo, front and back guns. That being said, we've already helped take out 4 people. Remember, guys, there's only this isn't a full lobby. There is, in fact, only 8 people in this match, so kind of have that going for us. We're gonna go ahead and push up now. We do have the advantage. I have a tendency to be real dumb. I mean, I'm pretty aggressive, as you guys would know. But we want to help finish off Brandenburg. And we're going to go shoot off our guns here in a second, get ourselves spotted like an idiot, and not help take him out at all. Even though we did a pretty decent chunk on him. But we're going to go ahead and push up into those last cap, right? There's only cruisers left. They have to push me if they, I'm on to get the cap and then have them push me. Now, that being said, I only have about 1/3 of my health compared to the full health that this cruiser has. And this cruiser player is going to be a solid player, by the way. I'm not ripping on this player. This is a good player. He actually catches me off guard here. But as you can see here, our battleship buddy is starting to go down. We're going to throw Torps out just in case he decides to hide in that smoke. Schroeder's got a bunch of help, but he's getting his self worked down, and we're also going to try to, in fact, actually take some more health down as well on this Schroeder. We obviously knew Torps are coming off the Pearl, and we're going to start shooting him, but we got to keep careful because Schroeder has our broadside right now, so we got to be real careful with 2 ships. If they focus, if Schroeder stays alive here and I don't kill him, this could be a rough battle. Which, to be fair, it's already going to be a rough battle. That cruiser's got most of his health. And you guys are going to see, he's going to catch me off guard here a little bit. And he's going to put me in actually a bad position, believe it or not. There's more torps coming as we do get our Confederate. And we're going to go ahead, and he's actually charging in. So we know there's going to be more torpedoes. We got to be careful. We already used our left set. And obviously, he probably saw them. And we're going to go ahead and throw a right set out. If he goes broadside, I should have thrown him straight at him. And the reason for that is he has to go one direction or another. That's kind of a Daily Dumb Dave moment. And if I put him a little bit more to the middle, it would have forced him to, I guess, he does make the turn anyway, but looking back on that, not a good torp placement as we overpin him. He's going to throw out a bunch more torpedoes on us, and he's actually put us in a bad spot, but we are taking a huge chunk of his health off in the process of doing this. If we hadn't got turned around, that might have got bad for us, as we are letting our secondaries kind of pick away at him. Obviously, we sent out torps in a position that would be really hard for him to dodge. And even though he does kill us, we do end up, in fact, killing him. So we did get our revenge on them 2 cruisers that were sitting there in their smoke. That being said, match is over. A pretty solid match considering only 8 people. We did get a full cap by ourselves and a Confederate, leading to a 2800 base game in an XP ship where I didn't do much damage with my main guns. That's a pretty solid score, actually. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time. Have a good one, folks.